Do you guys want to do some time travelling? Go on then. Are you excited, Cameron?
Absolutely buzzing.
He's buzzing!
Absolutely.
This past weekend was Lincoln's annual History Festival, where we celebrate the rich history of the city of Lincoln with events going on up and down the entire city. Okay, we're all set up for Lincoln History Weekend. Are you excited, Nick?
No.
Good. Buzzing. We've got crockets, we've got old tools. I've got some new safety specs just for this weekend. There were Viking battles happening at the bottom of the hill. There was a Norman encampment, a Roman market, some Victorian shenanigans in the castle, and I believe a lot of the historic buildings in Lincoln have also been open to the public. And something that a lot of people don't realise is that Lincoln Cathedral has had a works department for masons, carpenters, lead workers and glazers on the same site since 1889. The history of our works department is something that I'm going to make a video about at some point. So we decided to honour our 1920s colleagues who saved the West Front from an imminent mischief, that's a direct quote, by dressing as 20s masons and setting up outside the front of the cathedral. All right, mate. She's cool. Look at the cathedral, doesn't it look glorious in the sunshine? Now, before it got too busy, I decided to womble off and have a look at the Roman market and have a little neb in the castle. Now, the Romans had set up on Castle Square, demonstrating a variety of traditional Roman crafts. There was a guy doing some baking, a blacksmith, a potter, woodwork, weaving, even some plastering. So let's go and have a neb. My friends Alison and Hugh were there demonstrating woodworking and twine making. You should definitely follow these guys on Instagram. Alison and Hugh make things. They are so knowledgeable about their craft, and Alison gave me a good talking to. So let's listen to what she has to say about lime bast. Oh yeah, let's have a look at what you're doing.
This is lime bast,
Okay.
which is the inner bark of the lime tree, the Tilia cordata.
All right.
And what you do is you take a branch about the size of your arm or your leg or a bit bigger. You strip the bark off, which goes really well in spring.
Cool.
And then you put it underwater in a pond, and it goes really stinky and slimy.
Lovely.
And once it starts delaminating like this, you know it's ready.
I
So you
see.
take it out and you rinse it really well to get rid of the stinky slimy stuff. And then what you've got is this, which is actually really rather beautiful. It's
Yeah.
lovely, it feels nice, and it only needs a few moments soaking. And then you can turn it into twine like this.
Ah, okay.
So I need a piece, not only made up. So you take a piece, you split it lengthwise into lots of stringy bits.
Yes.
Give it just a quick dunk in water, and then you can
make twine.
You can make twine with it.
And is this Roman? This is a Roman technique?
It's a technique that the Romans would have known.
Yeah.
And I was making it today because Hugh needed a sign, something to hang up his sign, which says Lignarius.
Aha, I see.
Because Maritus meum lignarius est. My husband is a carpenter.
Ah,
So
accurate.
I thought I'd make him a joint effort chord
Oh, I love it.
to hang his lignarius sign.
That's fantastic. Cool, thank you.
Full disclosure, I didn't actually collect and make this lime bast myself.
Okay.
This was done by Chiz Harwood of Frowood Coppice Products.
Right.
Because he and Sally Pointer have just published a book. I say just, about 3 weeks ago, they published a book called Lime Bust.
Brilliant.
And I ordered my copy and it arrived on Tuesday, which is absolutely brilliant.
Excellent
It's really nice,
service.
printed to order. I'm really pleased with it. And I got the lime bust from Chiz.
Yay.
He's a nice
Right.
chap, Frowood Coppice Products.
So what's his name again so we can recommend his book?
Chiz Harwood
Chiz Harwood
and Sally Pointer.
and Sally Pointer.
Lime Bust.
Lime Bast. Excellent book recommendation. Thank you.
You're very
Perfect.
welcome.
Amazing.
They did eventually, and it's over almost like an 8 or 10 year period. It's quite a long time.
So is this lime plaster?
This is fresh lime plaster.
Proper fresh lime.
We're doing some fresco painting.
Excellent. Just like the Romans.
As well as
I like your mallet. That's cool.
Queen Victoria and her
I then had a quick jaunt into the castle grounds. Now you can go into the Victorian prison, you can walk the castle walls, you can do all sorts of stuff here, but I only had a few minutes, so I just stopped off to have a look at the fire breather, which was happening just as I walked in. Also, if you ever visit Lincoln, I definitely recommend a trip to the castle because you can have a look at one of the original Magna Cartas, which is housed in the vault there. So I had to womble back to our pitch in front of the cathedral. Can't leave the boys alone for too long. But not before giving the sheep a good bothering. We had some Lincolnshire long wool sheep grazing on the front of the cathedral this weekend. Aren't they cool? No, come on, this is what all the kids are doing these days. This is called a fit check. Come on, come on. This is our fit.
Can't even see me.
Can I just step back in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cameron's come dressed as Young Farmer of the Year. I'm Rosie the Riveter. Come on, Craig.
No,
You've got to do your fit check. So special mention for the trowel pin. This is from my friend Bree, who is a stonemason at Washington Cathedral. So representing Washington today. So what happens if you get to the end and you chip a bit off?
just ignore it.
Ignore it, start
Or
again.
If you spit on it, you can stick it back on.
Cool.
Spit on it and hold it back.
Top knowledge. Hey Cameron, what happens if you get to the end and you chip a bit off? Does that ever happen?
Not to me, no.
No? Yeah, all right. I did actually get some carving done eventually when I wasn't wombling around, but one of the things that I absolutely loved, especially on the second day, the bell ringers were practicing for about an hour and it got quite quiet towards the end of the day, and the three of us were just carving away in our own little world, listening to the bells chiming. You could hear the sheep, you could hear the horses, and it just made me think this is exactly the soundtrack to a medieval cathedral job site. It would have been hammers and chisels tapping away, there would have been livestock, probably horses on the cobbles, there would have been the bells ringing. It just felt really immersive and atmospheric, and I did record quite a long video of us all just tapping away to the sound of the bells, which I might share just on its own on my channel because I think it's quite a nice ambient background noise. So Cameron's carving an apprentice panel, so when you come and do an apprenticeship here you get the opportunity to carve one of these. So we've all done one and it matches the apprentice panel that is in the building. And so I wandered off into the cathedral so I could film the apprentice panel for you all. Here it is. I think this is 14th century, don't quote me on that, but this is famously an entire panel of little carvings that was carved by apprentices that worked on this bit of the cathedral, and I don't know who that is. And then I thought I would get Cameron to have a go at building our stone demonstration arch, and because I am such a good videographer, I cut the top off the arch. So sorry. But we did draw a really big crowd for this, and I made sure I filmed the unveiling, so let's have a look. Got it? Oh, good noise, everyone. I didn't hurt you for a second, Cameron.
I doubt myself,
Also, top marks to these guys who turned up dressed as King Arthur and his knights from Monty Python's Holy Grail. Amazing. And on Monday afternoon, just before the festival finished, I nipped into the cathedral because some of the choristers put on an impromptu performance of medieval songs, which were amazing. I loved this. Okay, that was History Weekend. We're just about to pack up. It's the last day, so we're out here for 3 days carving stone. I've managed to do this much of a crocket. I've seen lots of you guys, lots of people who follow me on here have come and said hello, which has been amazing, and I really appreciate that. That's been very cool. That's it really. And if you want to see me finishing this, because I've done this side, but I haven't done this side, So if you want to see me finishing this crocket, then you need to come to Installer Show at the NEC in Birmingham at the end of June. I'll put all of the details for Installer Show in the description of this video, and if you want to get free tickets, I'll put a link for free tickets in the description as well. I'm going to be there on the heritage stand doing some carving this crocket. So yeah, there you go. Right, it's bank holiday Monday. I'm tired. Let's go home.